Hey guys, just a quick update before we start this video off. Unfortunately, while making this video, I lost the video portion of the podcast due to a series of unfortunate events. What we decided on doing was, since the audio was still good, we're going to put it over gameplay footage for your entertainment so you have something to look at. And at the end of the day, as long as we sound great, that's what really matters since it's a podcast and all. So if you guys really do like this podcast idea, please hit like. It helps me out. With that said, let's get to the show, shall we? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Poli Games Podcast. I am your host, Joseph, and it's this podcast where I bring a random gamer from the internet and we talk all things games. We break it down platform by platform for your enjoyment. So go, sit down, take a breather, pop in a game, enjoy yourself while you hear the sultry voice that is Joseph Moran. Now, alongside me is my friend here,
Brandon.
Please introduce yourself.
Brandon, I am also on Twitter, also known as the Wednesdaynator. If you want to check me out there. This is my first time doing a podcast kind of deal.
Yeah, this is the first time I've rebooted a podcast. So hopefully this works, and if you're watching this, that means it has. We're putting the podcast now on YouTube. We're putting it on iTunes, Stitcher, and in the very, very near future, we're back on SoundCloud. So this is brand new. Usually we'd go all off the cuff, but I wanted to make sure that the podcast was good for you guys, that it wasn't just pure chaos. So how we're going to do it is we're going to break it down by platform by platform. We're going to get Xbox news, and Xbox is going to have a main topic we talk about. Same with PlayStation, same with Nintendo, same with PC. Everybody gets a fair shake here. So with all that said, all that out of the way, let's first talk the Wednesdaynator.
Yes.
I'm gonna just call you that from now on.
That's fine. That's good.
What has been in your box, as my one good friend would say?
As in my Xbox?
Any box.
Any box? Persona 5.
Okay.
I just beat it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
74 hours and 10 minutes.
All right.
I bought the collector's edition. Came late. Persona is one of my favorite video game series.
Okay.
Amazon shit on me.
Amazon's been seeming to do that a lot lately.
I know, and even when I pre-ordered Mario Kart, another great game I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
Delayed.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get it tomorrow. I was like, all right, whatever.
Fuck you, I want it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm playing Persona. Persona was amazing. Those games, Persona 4 Golden on the Vita is probably the Vita's best game, in my opinion. And that's the game that made me fall in love with Persona, and I ended up playing Persona 3, some of Persona 2, because there was two of them. I played the PSP version. And it's also good. Like, the characters give me that Mass Effect feel. Where you're like...
Where you're building a relationship with each one. Each one has their own little missions you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's a Garrus character, like your buddy character.
I fucking love Garrus.
Oh, he's the best.
If only you can make Garrus gay, I would make Garrus gay. I was playing Male Shepherd, and I was getting so jealous of, like, all these femme sheps dating Garrus, because Garrus is just the homie for life. And I'm a heterosexual male, and I'm saying I wanted to, not, like, fuck Garrus, but have just an intimate relationship where we get each other.
I get you. I mean, Garrus is totally, he was always on my team.
Yeah, he was always.
And I never took him out. I don't care who came in,
whether it be
Rex, Grunt. Yeah.
Oh, Miranda. Oh, my God.
In Mass Effect 2, that was the game that started me with Mass Effect.
Yeah,
and obviously I went with Tali. And Tali, to this day, is still one of the best romance options, I think, in a game.
Okay.
It's very interesting, though, because everybody's like, you like the whole alien in a suit, you don't know her face.
Yeah, but like that's where you get the real romance.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah. And in 3, everybody hoped you would see them, and you didn't.
Yeah.
And they had that little Google stock image, which everybody loved. It's that girl who turns purple in the Google stock photos.
No, my bae was Miranda. So that's all you've been playing Persona?
I've been playing Persona.
Mario Kart?
Persona, Mario Kart, and I just started Horizon.
Okay, all right. So I've been real busy. It's been finals week, and so I haven't gotten to game much. It's fucking a killer. But what I have gotten to game is Overwatch Uprising.
Oh, that is good. I have been playing that.
I have spent unknowns amount of money
I spent
on the skins.
I spent maybe about $30.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
same
I was
here.
like $30.
I'm just like, fuck, that's like the cost of this goddamn game.
I know. It's, son of a bitch. It's like, damn it, Blizzard.
But these are the coolest skins.
Oh, they're great.
Every single skin is awesome. The Mercy skin's awesome. The Lieutenant Reinhardt is fucking
Young
amazing.
Reinhardt, it's awesome.
Right there. Fucking Tracer. I've never found Tracer attractive. But Cadet Tracer is so Bay material that I gotta say it. I'd bang Tracer now. But she wouldn't bang me, and that's fine.
Oh my god.
So she's not real, and if she was, she'd be a lesbian. But and who else? Oh yeah, McCree skin.
The Robo Genji.
Dude, I'm torn between the Genji skin or the McCree. I can only buy one.
Buy Genji. Genji is without
Genji
a doubt.
though is a piece of shit.
He is. He's a glass cannon. I can't even play him that
No, I can't. I can't. So I've been playing a lot of that.
Okay.
Spending a lot of money on it. And then I've been playing a shit ton of this little game called Mario Kart 8. And, oh my god, it's
I love Mario Kart 8.
so good. It's, I played it the first time around when it came out on the Wii U. So a lot of people are like, Joe, why did you just waste your money on this? And to me, I did not. There's so much content in here that I didn't purchase. And the deluxe just has. I didn't have Link. I didn't have, the
Animal
the
Crossing
new characters.
characters.
I played only, sorry, burp, only Splatoon Inkling
Inklings.
Girl.
Okay.
Inkling Girl is my favorite. Like, Inkling Boy looks like a child. Inkling Girl looks like a badass that will fuck you up. Even my dad's like, why are you playing as her? She looks mean. I'm like, you don't get it, Armando. You don't get it at all. So, with Mario Kart in mind, I do want to talk about it because we're entering into it. Look at the segue we're doing, guys. Ooh. We're entering into a new age of Mario Kart, where you just said it. The game is so popular right now. Amazon is having trouble fulfilling its pre-orders.
Thanks, Amazon.
And Mario Kart Deluxe, this is from Polygon, so check it out as a great song. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is Amazon's best-selling game of 2017 so far.
Wow.
That speaks to the power of Nintendo at this point in time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A lot of people, like, I saw one really stupid, ignorant comment out there, and it was, give the Switch 6 months and it's going to fail. And this, I don't know about that one either. And this just proves all those haters wrong here. It's just, this thing sells. And I don't know about you, but I was going through Best Buy, GameStop after GameStop, because I was looking for a wire, an RCA cable. And every single store I stopped in, every single store was sold out of Mario Kart.
For Mario Kart.
For Mario Kart, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mario Kart Deluxe. That's not the thing. This crazy. So you got your copy a day late, though?
Got my copy a day late.
All right, well, at least you got it.
Yeah, and also I did play it on the Wii U, and I did have the DLC, so I knew what I was expecting, but yeah, Bowser Jr., my main in all of the Mario Kart games, wasn't in 8.
That's so fucked up.
What's going on? And I was telling my friend yesterday, he's like, oh, I main Animal Crossing characters and some other one. I was like, I main all the Koopas, like from all the Koopalings, Dry Bones, whatever, and Donkey Kong. And then I paused. I was like, wait a minute. I checked out my screenshot or whatever I took of the game. They didn't add Diddy. Diddy's still missing.
Oh, fuck Diddy.
Diddy's awesome, huh?
I just think of him in Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U and 3DS. Diddy was such a piece of shit.
He was.
Such an asshole.
Wasn't he like that, like, for a long time, the broken character?
Yeah, he was broken as shit. That's why I just sound like, the epic opera music comes in my head. It's like, like he could die in a fire. I don't mind much. And to talk about the Switch's hype too, I want to talk about another article from Polygon here. Nintendo shipped Switches by airplane to meet the red-hot customer demand for this console. Usually, I don't know if you know this, but when you're shipping things from China to the U.S., Rarely ever do you ship it by plane because plane's way more expensive.
For sure, yeah.
Fuel and all that jazz. And when it comes, usually it comes by boat. But because the Switch is so in demand right now, just to meet it, they have to use planes at the moment. Stuns me. They are at, right now, 2.74 million units sold. What do you think about that so far? Where do you think they're going to go from here?
Well, I've been, for the longest time, when it was the NX, me and a couple of my friends, we would obsess about this idea of what this console is going to be and how great it's going to be. Because I was one of the people that really liked the Wii U.
Okay.
The Wii...
There are 5 of you out there.
I know. But some of my friends and I, we love the Wii U. And like some of the games it had, Splatoon, I remember getting so hyped for.
Dude, yeah.
And I remember going to GameStop, trying to get the Amiibos, which took a long time.
Man, the hunt for Amiibos, it's definitely them. I wanted the fucking squid. I never got the goddamn green squid.
I bought the 3-pack, and then somebody's like, I ended up selling Splatoon, because unfortunately that game wasn't beefy enough in the beginning. It was like over time, I was like, I don't have time for this. I'm already playing, I don't even remember, Uncharted 4, whatever else was out at that time. And I was like, I can't do this. And I played the cool Transformers Splatfest. And I was like, wow, they're actually going to do this.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to bring other licensing in to, like, who knows? One day it's going to be, who do you like? It's going to be Sonic or Rayman. Who knows?
Yeah, no, that's the cool thing about Splatoon, man. I wasn't a big fan of the Wii U. I got burned. I sold mine, and I bought Splatoon and I played it on my brother's. And that game was my multiplayer shooter of the year.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Fantastic, and seeing like a lot of people are like, I'm playing the Switch for Zelda. I'm playing this Zelda.
No.
To me, the thing that actually pushed me over the edge to get this console was Splatoon 2.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's so... And now to also see the Horde mode come into play.
The salmon
run. Oh my god, I'm so ecstatic. We're going to talk about ARMS in a second here, but where do you think the console is going to sell if it keeps this momentum? Because the biggest danger, and I guess we'll make this maybe even the Xbox's topic as well, is Scorpio. And I feel like that is the true question is it's not Scorpio versus Pro, what everybody wants to think it is. It's Scorpio versus Switch.
I think the people that travel are obviously going to want the Switch. The Switch, for right now, for me, is my favorite console. I've honestly pushed aside my PS4. I no longer own an Xbox, but I do have a gaming PC. And even on that, I only play Overwatch like a handful of times. I'm on my Switch every day since I bought it.
Yeah.
And I buy a new game every week for it because they have a lot of indies and they got the Neo Geo classics. So I think it's going to do really well. The Scorpio is going to be for those people who owned an Xbox, who really like Xbox. I don't know if it's going to really change like a PlayStation fan or a Nintendo fan in that nature. I mean, if they show a good Halo, maybe that's going to do something.
We'll talk about that in a few.
But like Halo is garbage. Halo's fallen ever since 4. Yeah. And I Halo Combat Evolved is probably my favorite first-person shooter of all time. It's iconic, and they created one hell of a trilogy that I feel like almost nobody can touch first-person regards.
Yeah.
So going back to the Scorpio versus the Switch, it's going to be a toss-up. It's almost two different markets if you really look at it. But I think with how Nintendo's rolling, they're dropping some bombs. So I think they're gonna keep going.
Yeah, that's what I think is sure, like they're two totally different markets, but I think it's speaking to that same gamer though.
Yeah.
Like where it's okay. You know, it's at this point in every generation where someone gets another console. Mm-hmm. What's that console gonna be?
It's true.
And you know that's the question I have in my head is, okay, am I gonna go out there? My son wants this or this. I can only choose one of those things. Mm-hmm. What is it gonna be? And I feel like as a parent, you're gonna look at that switch and go, well, for $500, let's just say the price is $500 for the Scorpio, I could get him a Switch, 3 extra games, and a case for that price.
Yeah.
You know,
and
they're gonna look at it because I swear to God, if people don't believe that as fact, go work a retail Black Friday, and then you maybe won't stop at Black Friday anymore. But at one time, I was there at a Target, and what the fuck was that?
Oh, you got.
Okay, it's the this Helix thing has a mind of its own. Nintendo don't copyright strike. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I was at a Target, and this kid wanted a PlayStation 4, but poor fucking kid, poor kid. The mother's like, the Switch here is like $100. Or sorry, not Switch, 3DS. He's gonna get it. It's the same thing. What's the difference between them anyway? So I'm like, there's definitely parents out there.
That poor soul.
That kid. I think he wished he was Jewish that day. It's like, this sucks. Now I also gotta ask you a question here. ARMS, excited for it?
Very
excited.
Very excited for ARMS.
I'm interested. I'm gonna buy it because at that point I'm gonna be dying for a AAA title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though.
What is? All right, they added Helix.
Yeah.
The newest fighter looks really cool. He's like a bioorganic creature weapon thing.
Yes. From the
very cool art design throughout all these characters. I think by far my favorite design character is Ribbon Girl.
Yeah, Ribbon Girl.
She looks really cool.
Yeah, she looks like one of those 50s meets what is that anime Rocket Boy or something like that.
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. Yeah. There you go.
It does. She does.
Yeah, a mix between that, and I think the art style is unique. I just don't know if the gameplay is gonna last. That's my thing.
What is there? It's fighting, sure. There's no arcade mode as far as I know, and story, I don't know if they're even gonna go this far. People have been assuming that there's going to be a Splatoon 1 kind of deal, where it's this is our game, we're gonna push other content at you in the future.
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool, but
I hope it's that. The best case scenario for me that it is that. The worst case is that this game that's kind of what I think. Now here's some old news. All right, switching to Microsoft. We're going to get to digital refunds.
Okay.
Now, digital refunds are starting to be offered by Microsoft. Again, this is old news, but I feel like it's important news because a lot of people love to shit on Xbox. A lot.
Yeah.
Now, I also co-host at my Xbox and Me podcast, but again, I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can. This is super pro-consumer. This is awesome.
I really think it's a good idea for Microsoft. I kind of wish Sony would do something like this, and even Nintendo, because
all of them.
Yeah, I can mention a handful of games that I would buy and I know I wouldn't like. So I think this is a great idea for Microsoft.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's fantastic, and it is the step into the digital future.
Yeah,
and it's something we always have talked about as gamers, because as much as I love my physical media, I love it to death, and I'm going to buy it until I can't anymore. Yeah, digital is the future, and those questions of, okay, how do I return my games, but also how do I trade them in?
Yeah, the trading in is a
good
big
question, because that is something that is the only, at this point, better thing than physical, or only thing physical has on it now. If you can return your digital games, that's something you can't do.
Yeah, it's
on new.
But isn't the Microsoft policy? It's like if you played within 2 hours of the game. That's where it gets interesting, because I feel like not that Xbox has a lot of big RPGs, but for instance, my one friend, he plays, or he tried to play Witcher on Steam. I love The Witcher. The Witcher is one of my favorite games probably of all time.
The first few hours.
Yeah, and some people complain about the combat. Some people don't know the legacy of the characters. Right. I walked in the Mass Effect 3, Witcher 3 fresh, and I pretty much caught on to what's going on.
Yeah.
But my friend's like, I played it for an hour, and he'll stop for a month, and he's like, I'll talk to him about it. He's like, I'm gonna give it another go. He's like, I wish I could return this. I'm like, that's unfortunate, but I totally get it.
Yeah, Witcher is one of those games that I came off of Bloodborne.
Okay.
When that game came out, and I just couldn't do the combat. And I was like, maybe I'm in the Bloodborne like mindset. And one guy's just like, no, play it like it's Bloodborne. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you gotta play it like it's Bloodborne, because do it. And I'm like, okay, but like the one thing that aggravated me about The Witcher was like every fight, I'm like, I gotta fucking rest or like jerk off. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm sitting here for like 3 hours, and I'm just like looking at a clock. I'm like,
yeah, you're doing the yoga or whatever to heal yourself. My one friend, same thing as you, got right off Bloodborne. I was like, play this game. It's amazing. Griffin fights, all that stuff. He's like, all right, sure.
That Griffin fight was cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
But I end up always fucking it up. Just like in Horizon, which gets me real pissed off, because like they'll show you that they're doing all this cool, really hip shit, like the traps and whatnot, and I'm like, oh man, she got that saber-toothed tiger down in one hit, and I'm like, now I'm just whacking it with my spear because I'm like really afraid. Please just fucking die. But yeah, no, like Witcher's a hard game, but a lot of people also say that like a lot of games like, oh god, some indie titles that only last an hour or two. They go, well, now you can just play our game completely, and
yeah, that's gonna affect the indie titles for sure.
Yeah,
I know games like Abzu. That game I played recently. That's like an hour and a half.
Yes.
I heard Inside is like an hour and a half. I heard that game's great. I don't know why you would return that game, more or less.
Yeah, I feel like it's on that point. It's are you where's your morality at? Are you an asshole piece of shit, or are you a decent human being?
Yeah,
you know. But I understand that's that indie developer, because you're just like, well, if my game's only an hour long, and that asshole piece of shit returns it,
yeah,
I'm out of money.
Somebody's not getting paid.
Yeah, exactly. So I understand the concern, and that is something Microsoft and we as a community have to work on. And now you mentioned Halo 5.
Yeah, Halo 5.
That's
first,
going to be our main topic here for Microsoft.
Okay, I'm fine with that. When I played Halo 5, went to midnight launch, got home, played it. I had school the next day, so I remember I played it quite a bit. It took me like a day or two to beat the campaign.
Yeah.
I was one of those few people where I saw
like 2 sittings.
Yeah. I saw like IGN and I saw GameSpot and all these other places, and they're like, it's average, if anything. And I was like, oh man, it's so good. This is after I beat it. I was like, it's so good and it's great, and I was kind of just praising it because nobody else liked it. When you really sit back and look how crappy that single player was, there were missions where you're locked. Let me go talk to this person over in the corner. Mission done, achievement. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Halo 5 had a lot of problems.
It did.
And I was on my Xbox and Me podcast, which you should also check out on iTunes. And and I was just like, I was talking to him. I'm like, I'm a huge Halo fan. He's not. Like, I love the first one. It's a masterpiece of a game. It really is. Score, the story, the characters, the level design. That is a fucking masterpiece game.
I'm a cartographer.
And
that level,
and so, like, when I look at Halo 5, I feel like that damage is done. And I feel like for Halo, and I know it's a very, like, people are like, what type of idea is that?
Yeah.
You need a reboot of some kind.
I agree. I think what they should do, personally, I've been talking to my friends about it. They agree as well. They should bring the Master Chief Collection to PC.
Okay.
Do that. I don't care if you bring the multiplayer portion, because I know it was broken.
Yeah,
when I had my Xbox,
awful.
That was my go-to game. I would play Master Chief Collection. I'd play 3 or 4 levels of Halo 1 or whatever, even ODST, and it was fun. But Halo 5, I beat that campaign, didn't want to go back. The multiplayer was cool, though. I did like
multiplayer.
the multiplayer.
It's like Halo 4 and Halo 5 made a switch.
Yeah.
Halo 4 had a fucking great story.
It did.
Shitty Call of Duty multiplayer.
It really did.
Halo 5, shitty, awful Call of Duty multiplayer. Or single player. Awesome multiplayer.
Yeah.
And when it came to Halo 5, like, I was reading some of the things here where they do some, the writers did some nonsensical things. Like, they made the Master Chief so personable in Halo 4. They made him, they fleshed him out as a character. But then when they come to Halo 5, they go, well, he's just a vessel for the character.
Yeah.
Or for the player. And I'm like, yes, he was before you just made him feel things, you idiots. Like,
you gotta love how you only played as him in like 2 missions in 5.
yeah.
I remember it was towards the end of the game. I liked Locke.
I'm sorry for calling you idiots. You're smarter than me. Way better grammar. You're successful. You take my thing. Dumb move.
Whoops. But I liked Locke. I liked all the teammates.
I hated Locke.
I was one of those guys who was like, all right, Locke's going to be the new face of Halo. And I was kind of pushing that.
I'm prepared for it.
Yeah, I was ready. I was like, okay, we're going to have this rivalry. Rivalry never happened. You got this really cool cutscene. The hand-to-hand combat thing where it was like, that's it?
Exactly.
You got backhanded.
Yeah, exactly.
You got backhanded.
Dude, that and they even refer to the marketing was a problem. Yeah, you made the game seem awesome when it was about,
like, I don't even remember.
I don't.
Like, are we going into spoilers with this game?
Sure, because you need to refresh my memory because it was that forgettable.
Cortana.
Yeah, she gets corrupted.
Yeah, she comes back. She's going to be the new villain for the series.
Which that totally makes sense because she wasn't never always, taking the sacrifice hit or anything. Cortana turning evil is kind of like Obama turning white.
Yeah, it's really strange because I don't know.
It just can't happen because she's done so many things that are so selfless for the benefit of humanity overall. To just do this, and in the face of death too.
Yeah.
To do this doesn't make sense. Halo 4, man, if they just left out of her dying.
Yeah, I think if they ended the series at Halo 4, it would be almost as good as them ending on 3. It was that good.
And I feel like if you wanted to make it those 6 games, it's talk about loss.
Mm-hmm.
Loss is a really powerful thing. Last of Us does that perfectly.
It's excellent, yes.
And so, like, talk about loss. The 5 could be the grieving process where he's at his lowest, and 6 could be him coming to terms.
Mm-hmm. That would be awesome.
And that would be cool. That would be a great story. Instead, you introduce Locke, which I get it, because there's not much story you can tell after 6 that's gonna make much sense for the Chief to be there.
Didn't they say they're gonna make like 10 of them? And
like 9 of them. Yeah.
The only way, what they should have done with 5 is, remember when it was announced they had him walking in the cloak?
Yeah.
If they did like a lone, like Obi-Wan kind of deal with him, I think it would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, he is struggling. He obviously can't do alcoholic or anything because you never see his face, but he's definitely fatigued. Like, he's weaving, almost like what they did in Halo 3.
Yeah.
How he's like, I don't hear her anymore. And she would get those weird callings to John. And you're like, ooh, okay. And 3 was all about finding Cortana too. So you can't just lose a character and then bring her back as an enemy. It does not mesh.
No, it doesn't make any sense. And that's why I feel like the writers have backed themselves into this corner where it's like, how the fuck do you write yourself out of this?
Yep.
And there's some people like that do a relatively okay job, but it's still, okay, if this game fixes something, then 6 has to be a start point. That, like, if this is going to be your soft reboot, then what is 6 about? This changes your whole, your project of where things were going. And again, Halo 6 needs to do a lot.
Almost too much.
Almost too much. And that's why I feel like it's easier because to me, the reason why Halo and Gears has this problem too, but not as bad, I don't think, is that both Epic and Bungie, they're like, we're going to end it here. And we're telling the story of Chief 123. Done. Okay, you want to know what happens before this? Fall of Reach, that awesome fucking book?
Yeah.
Dunzos. Okay, Gears of War. 1, 2, 3. Dunzos. You want to know what happens before?
Judgment.
This shitty game Judgment. Just don't play it. It doesn't fucking exist. And then what you have is these stories that are, they're finished. They're done.
Yeah.
But Microsoft, they made money. Those games sold like 30 million copies.
It's ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous. So they see the money in it, but the problem is they can't jumpstart it because narratively, it just doesn't make sense. And people, marketing-wise, go, but didn't that game like end?
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing to do is to resell them on that. It's like, didn't that shit just end?
It's kind of unfortunate.
I stabbed that lady in the stomach. Like,
she came back. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, Gears, and when I say, like, Gears is in a better place than Halo, I personally think Halo, or Gears of War 4 is the best exclusive on the Xbox
That's what
One.
I've heard. I'm not a big Gears of War fan.
I got the Lancer upstairs. I'll show it to you.
It's like, Gears of War, awesome to look at.
Yeah.
I love horror video games. The first Gears of War gave that to me. The prison cell with Marcus, you're about to leave, and you get that, wretch or whatever that falls and screams in front of you. It was really cool. And it was something of its kind.
And then when you're reintroduced to them in episode 3, or Act 3, I think, you're like, what the fuck was that just ran past me?
I love the first Gears of War. I skipped 2. I played parts of it,
Horrible.
but I played 3, and 3 was really good too. And I had my fill, and I was like, all right, Gears of War, good job.
Yeah, all right, yeah, this is excellent. I still love Gears. It's a franchise near dear to me because when I had a hernia,
Okay.
and I was in the hospital for like a few days. And my mom came with the fucking limited edition.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, what? And so my whole day was playing the first 2 acts with my best friend Ruben at the time. And I'm just like, my mom is the best mother anyone could ask for. It's a fact. And,
so cool.
My mom did a lot of awesome shit. She's enabled this habit. Here's a cool thing. Here is how Xbox Scorpio makes games look better even on a 1080p TV. So I think this is a no-brainer. Scorpio, powerful console. Yes, it's going to make games look better even if you have a 1080p TV, kind of like how the PlayStation 4 Pro does it, but it took them fucking 3 months to do.
Yeah.
What is it going to take for you to buy a Scorpio? Do I have to put a gun to your head, sir?
You may have to.
Yeah? Scorpio doesn't,
Scorpio, honestly, Xbox as a whole has flown over my head. I'm a big... I collect to this day for the original Xbox. It is probably my favorite Xbox. I play it monthly. Every other couple weeks I'll play something. It's so good. The Scorpio, though, I bought the S or whatever. I loved it.
Okay.
But that was before I built my PC.
Yes. Yes.
Once I built my PC, Halo 6 is coming out. Oh, it's probably also going to be on that Windows crossplay. So that's probably how I'll play it. Scorpio, I'm honestly probably just going to pass because I have a gaming computer. That's the only reason.
That, I was talking to this again, my Xbox and me, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And my friend said the same thing. He's like, I don't know. I just got this awesome PC.
Yeah. And
I don't think I am. And I'm looking at it too, and I'm like, I don't have a 4K TV.
Yeah, that's also a big factor.
I don't. Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Yeah.
It as much as Scorpio seems like an awesome idea, I don't know. And that's the thing. I'm happy that Microsoft's getting the first good press in its fucking generation. It seems like with the Scorpio over hardware, and I'm just so. At the same time, it tears me apart because I don't know what they're doing, and they need to clarify that for E3. Because this whole also on PC thing, I don't know how that benefits you if the only way you're playing it on PC is through that Windows Marketplace.
Which sucks.
Sucks.
It's horrible. It's really bad.
You need to fix that first before you even think about doing hardware. And it's so fucked up. You think Microsoft OS. You know, they're a programs company. They're a software company. Fuck the Xbox One. It took them fucking 3-4 years to get a good OS in there, man. So you know, it's an uphill climb, but I do hope people buy the Scorpio. It sucks because I'm always on every launch hardware. I don't know if I'm going to do it because the way I look at it is this is really expensive. I don't have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's either I spend $500 on a system or $500 on games. What am I going to do? I'm going to do games.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Battlefront.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Destiny.
Fantastic.
I will be playing Destiny on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and maybe even PC. I'm fucking addicted to Destiny.
I really like Destiny. Played the first year.
Okay.
I had to stop. It wasn't my cup of tea.
I stopped at like December.
Yeah, and then Taken King came out. Wow.
What an improvement.
I played that game probably for almost a full year, on and off, of course.
Yeah.
Then, Rise of Iron?
I didn't even fucking touch it.
I pre-ordered it. It was $30. 4 missions or something like that. I played with my friends. I'm like, you guys, I'm done. Like, I'm officially done with Destiny. Mm-hmm. But 2 looks cool.
Yeah. 2, because I want to play with the Xbox community. I want to play with our community here at Poli Games, and it's mostly from what I've seen, PlayStation centric. So I want to be able to play with all the peoples and all my friend groups, which leads us to PlayStation news.
Let's go.
Oh man, PlayStation 4 Slim upgraded to a 1 terabyte hard drive in North America. This is a nice way to sneak on in here. Why? Is my first question. Is it to keep it at the $300 price point?
Yeah, it's because normally they're bundled 500, right?
Yeah, they're bundled with 500, and it's the Pro that has a 1 terabyte. And I'm like, you kind of just what you did right here to me. This is why maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion and I'm an asshole. But to me, the reason to get the Pro was terabyte hard drive, and it has some beefier internals for 4K and 1080p gaming. Well, you take the 1 terabyte hard drive out, what's that average consumer going to do?
They're just going to, like, if somebody's going to want a PS4, they're probably just going to buy the Slim. If you are a big fan of PlayStation, you like 1 through 3, the original launch version, either it blew up or, you just want the upgraded specs because you don't want to pay for a PC or something, that's fine. I personally won't upgrade until I get my launch PS4 just goes boom. Then I'll upgrade. But what is the deal with the Pro? Like, it's weird because I see more people going for Slims.
Yeah. I have a Pro. The reason why I got a Pro was GameStop's return policy is really broken.
Oh, really?
And so hi, MJ. And so that's why I got the Pro.
Okay.
So I was like, whatever, I can, and I don't have to have this thing that sounds like a jet engine. Still sounds like a small jet engine, but I like it. The aesthetics I've gotten used to it, but I really definitely think at E3 they definitely need a redesign for this fat piece of shit. It's ugly. It is ugly. It's better to look at it in person, but it's still a fucking ugly console. Again, I prefer playing my PlayStation 4 over my Xbox One for multi-platforms. I'm not some type of fanboy. Guy, check your privilege. I'm Spanish. Check your privilege, white boy. All right. This Mexican over here, how many times I get that, should mow my lawn. That'll get under his skin.
Oh, my God.
PlayStation 4 also has reached 60 million units worldwide.
Jesus.
This thing continues to sell.
It's a Goliath. A behemoth.
So, I had to ask this question. When's the nadir?
Yes.
Why the fuck do people still think the PlayStation 5's coming out next year?
I read an article on that the other day, and I was like, you gotta be shitting me. The PS4, it doesn't stop. Yeah. Like, my dad just bought it. He doesn't even play video games that much. And he's like, I only want it for sports. He bought the Call of Duty Infinite War bundle. I was like, do this. He played like an hour or something of it. He bought it. He's really happy with it. I'm like, that's nice. Awesome. But I see people all the time.
My dad does not do any of that.
I see people all the time. They're like, I got asked in Target. I don't work at Target. I work at a UPS store. And they're like, you play those video games? Because I'm looking at them. And I was like, oh, yeah, go play over there. And he's like, what would you play? I only heard of, like, the Xbox and PlayStation. I'm like, go PlayStation, never forget.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, PlayStation just sells like crazy.
It's that first... I truly believe to this day there's some fucking speck on my screen that's driving me nuts. It's okay, I got it, I think. I truly believe it's the beginning of the announcement of the Xbox that really turned people off to the Xbox brand. And I really do believe it's PlayStation capturing that, but also it was always number one. And I feel like with their missteps with the PlayStation 3, they took a hit on that. And when they won back people's support, they also won back the majority of gamers again.
No, for sure, yeah.
Because gamers have a more history with Sony than they do with Xbox. And Xbox's biggest problem is and that's why, to me, I wouldn't even have made the Scorpio, personally. I would have just invested in that in development teams and made first-party exclusives.
Which Xbox did not have.
And that's why people are like, exclusives no longer sell consoles, but they sure as hell damn well justify buying a console.
Yeah.
So, like, people are going to buy it for Call of Duty, but they're like, also heard that fucking Uncharted game's good. That Last of Us game I hear is pretty good. It's only $20. And that's why when people say, why doesn't Sony go into the holiday season with an exclusive? I'm like, they don't fucking need to.
Yeah.
They own it. They have Call of Duty now. They have Destiny. They act like, and they market it like they're exclusives. That's going to get the people that don't know much. Like the guy that walks up to you, you're not even working at Target. Oh, young man, I'm looking for a video game system so my grandkids will visit me more often. That guy is going to go with the PlayStation because he sees it. He doesn't know any better. And so, for the PlayStation, they're so smart in releasing their exclusives in the beginning of the year to the spring, and then sprinkle maybe one in the summer. Yeah. And then just sit back and then put those games on sale when it comes Black Friday, so people think they're getting a sale. And then you're like, throw Uncharted in there. We've sold enough of them, right? So then people are buying that Uncharted bundle, or people are buying that Last of Us bundle. It's so smart, and like to see Microsoft struggle this hard. If you're a PlayStation guy, it's worth a good laugh. Oh yeah. But if you're not, I'm just like, it's like the kid, like it's like you're seeing the crippled kid get the shit beat out of him.
Oh, it's true like, though. It really is.
I know you can't, but give him a good hit. Like just do it, Come on, it's like that. I know it's a cruel comparison, but like at this point, the Xbox is still doing well. It is doing, their software has grown by 7% sales wise. It is doing better. I just want them to focus on what's important. And when I see the Scorpio, I'm like, you need software to sell that hardware. I hope you know. And Crackdown is not going to be that software that pushes that hardware. Ugh. Okay? You're not Johnny Ives. You can't sexually describe a piece of hardware and people buy it.
That game series is so strange.
Yeah. So I also missed this right here, and we're going to get into the miscellaneous, the PC side, the general topics. New 2DS XL. That was announced. It already has a special edition. It's $149.99. What are your thoughts on it? I'm about to make a video on it after you leave, but I want to know what you think.
Why? Why?
Want me to tell you why?
They want to kill the 3DS. That's putting the bullet in the 3DS.
Yes.
You no longer need 3D.
Nope.
Not a lot of people use it. Pokemon doesn't allow it, right? I don't
think so. Something like that. I don't want to say yes or no, but yeah.
The 2DS is unnecessary. Not especially at this time. I feel like for the extra $150, go buy a Switch. Do you have a longer lifetime? Sure, buying a 2DS XL, you're getting a backlog of games that is almost can't top.
Yeah.
That's if you don't own a 2DS or a 3DS. I just feel like it's such a weird time to release this thing.
It is. I'll tell you why, though. Do I have my 3DS behind me? No? Do I have it somewhere in here? All right, fuck it. I'll tell you why. I love holding something when I'm talking about it.
I don't blame you.
But for me, so the 3DS, 2DS line, they're selling particularly well.
Yeah.
I mean, they sold 7 million units last year. Software-wise, they've also seen an increase. 3DS is doing fantastic.
Yeah.
And so what we have already started to see, too, with the 3DS and 2DS, and this is why everybody's so confused, is a slowdown of software.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're in May, and this is the first must-have 3DS game, which is a reboot of the first Fire Emblem game.
Oh, yeah, you're
and
right.
then we have a downloadable Kirby game.
Dragon
and
Monster Hunters, right?
Yeah, but I think they actually but they also Monster Hunter did not sell that well last year. Which is surprising.
That's a tough game.
Yeah,
I think it'd be much better on the Switch.
But and then we have this new Pikmin game. And I use that in air quotes because when you see it, I think it's a forgettable purchase. It's kind of just like the lineup they announced at E3 last year. It was like filler games. So we're already seeing the slowdown of the 3DS. But the reason why they keep on making like these revisions is cheaper. Mm-hmm. It's cheaper to make. The components have shrunk down, so now they're able to put it in a smaller screen and a less expensive screen, even though it comes in two parts. They're able to make this product cheaper. That's been selling well. And for the 3DS and the 2DS, you still have to give that audience respect.
Yeah.
Because that's the audience of approximately 63 or 62 million users. Mm-hmm. So when Nintendo looks at that number, they're like, okay, so we could either not do this, right? We can either cut the 3DS off right now and just focus plainly on Switch. Why would we do that, though? Because the Switch only has close to 3 million, while the 3DS brand has 60 million. It just
keeps going,
yeah, so like we'll keep on pushing out hardware. We'll push out this revision of this console so that it's cheaper for us to make and to push out there. Mm-hmm. And there are going to be people that are going to be buying this. And also my other argument is it's awesome for kids.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not buying this shit for my kid. Never in a million goddamn years. Because this one drop and I'm afraid. You know? So I feel like the 3DS brand and the 2DS brand, though we both want to see a unified Nintendo at this moment, isn't the case. I feel like the unified Nintendo is 3 years down the pipeline where we get a Nintendo Switch Mini. Where it's smaller components, they're able to shrink the components, they're cheaper components, and they're in a handheld format. That's what I think.
It's definitely going to be interesting seeing a version 2 Switch. Yeah. What I do need to say about the 2DS XL, man, that is one beautiful design.
Exactly.
I love the design.
It's a nice looking console. Like, it is sleek. It's whoever's their new, it has to be new ahead of.
It's great.
What's happening here? I perked outside, about to come in the house. Oh, well, at least you're nice about it. So, audience, my brother's about to come inside the house. Don't make noise, you son bitch. At least he was very nice about it. So you're going to hear the dog bark. My apologies. God forbid this is a basement podcast. So, so with that said, I don't have much of a problem with it. I just see the 3DS buying the Switch time until it switches time to truly be that unified system. So I think in next year you're going to see a massive slowdown of the 3DS. And then next year you're just not going to see it. It's kind of also like the revision of the Wii that happened like when it was
dead. Made a Wii Mini or something.
Yeah, it was like black, white. Jesus. How about you just Reich march in right here? Ugh, God. So, that's what I think. It's just buying them time in this rickety old fucking house. So, I want to just get to some things here. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite arrives in September. I think that's actually a good time for them.
It's a great time, I think.
There's no fighting games. It's an audience that is truly hardcore that I don't think is gonna be playing Destiny or anything like that. What are your thoughts of this game so far?
Can't wait. I cannot wait. Marvel vs. Capcom is one of my all-time favorite fighting game series.
Yeah, same here. One of them I can actually play.
Infinite looks a little weird. It's not cell shaded, and I wish it was.
Yes.
I really do like how they went back to MVC 1, where it's the 2v2 with the, I guess, assist characters they're going to do. I'm not sure. The graphics are a little weird right now, but I think they should do a cell shaded, like a bump. Like,
yeah.
Just something, because even looking at the backgrounds, they're a little bland. Like, something's missing.
Yeah, no, this I think you said it perfectly. MVC3, I actually was my favorite because I played a Sentinel.
So good.
Sentinel is broken as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Or a Kami, fucking dog, bitch,
I'm
asshole. Fucking. I'm like, this dog is kicking my ass. Fucking. He's so low to the ground, isn't fair.
It's almost as bad as Beautiful Joe.
Oh, fuck Beautiful Joe.
I love him. His games are great. Bad fighting character.
Anyway. Got Vietnam flashbacks. You're like Hello Darkness playing in my head right now. But like I love that game. This one, it does look a little weird because they're also the MCU.
Yeah, it's quite strange. And at the end of the trailer for the story one that just came out, they have X talk or Rocket talking to X, and I almost wish that they're from the MCU, but use the comic book look. Mm-hmm. Rocket looks exactly the same as Guardians, the movie. All the Guardians characters, and I hate that they do it, they look so much better in the comics.
Right. Right.
Drax especially, he looks more Kratos-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And even Gamora, but Groot looks phenomenal.
Gamora, I don't know about that.
I don't know, with the big yellow eyes, I think she looks so much better.
Zoe Saldana. And Chris Pratt. I want to see them.
I think
Friction.
I could pass on that.
All right, moving on. I'm excited. I'm gonna be depressed when they say that there's no X-Men characters. If they're DLC,
I think that's what they're gonna go with.
I think that, and I think the audience has to understand why they're DLC.
Yeah,
because this is gonna be between them and Fox.
Well, the thing that's funny about MVC though is like it's Marvel, like it's not even the licensing.
Yeah,
they own X-Men. They're just gonna. We don't want to use them because we don't. Fox owns the rights. Blah blah blah. We don't want to promote not our in-house movies. I hate
that shit.
X-Men are some of the best Marvel characters around.
I know. That and they are so prominent in this series.
Yeah.
Wolverine
is on my team every game.
Bub. Call of Duty World War II. This is our second to last story. I want to make this one count.
Okay.
Trailer.
It was great.
Bring you back to Call of Duty 2, right?
For sure. Yes.
It hit me right in the fucking. I was like, right when he lifts you out of the bloody sand water, and you're just like,
on Normandy Beach.
Fuck.
Even when they're in like the ships going to the beach, and remember World at War? Like you're all standing there, people are cursing. It's all young people, and the one guy gets capped, and you see the skull, like and everything. I was like, this is a war game. That's how I think World War II. Yeah. This game is going to be. It looks really good.
Scary.
Yeah.
And that's the best. Please just fucking stomp on the ceiling. That's the best thing about this. The Sledgehammer who's making it, most of the gang came from Visceral. They came from Dead Space. My favorite horror series before fucking 3 happened. And they want to bring the horror back in this game. And back into the series.
I cannot wait
to make more goddamn noise, I swear to God. Why? What's the purpose here? Make me upset? And and to see, like, the one part that I really love is the tanks. Yeah. When they're like, yeah, comfortable back there, douchebag. And then all of a sudden, bam, it hits. And, like, it's horrifying. Like, seeing the bullets while you're running on the beach. Fuck, you're running on sand. You know how fucking slippery and how hard it is to run on sand? God, I need a break. And that guy's running with, like, 60 pounds of shit on him. Yeah. It's, like, it's horrifying. And this one, like, the thing that truly got me was when he grabs his helmet and he's bashing the one guy's head
I was
in.
like, holy shit.
I was like, fuck. And the reason why I love World War II games, the good ones, is it's not about, whoa, look at how awesome it is. It's how they depict what happened.
Those games are scary.
Yeah.
Like, it's real world, like, horror. And it's... World at War did it best. Mm-hmm. I remember you're by the barn or whatever in that one mission, and people are on fire just walking. And I was like...
What the fuck?
Yeah, like, you almost don't know what to say.
Yeah, and I cannot wait for them to stop walking up the fucking stairs. But also for this game, the one thing that's really cool, I heard this from IGN, was when you meet the black platoon there,
mm-hmm.
they're not your guys are gonna have some problems.
There's tension between
because they're black,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like that is so. I know it's a weird word to say it. Awesome, because you have that. This is what racism looked like. This is what it looked like, and it's not pretty. And these are guys that you would respect back in the 40s, and now how do you feel about them? And to me, that's fucking awesome. And that's why I have such a fucking problem with this article saying Call of Duty World War II's diversity, nothing more than marketing. I think, and I'm sorry, Allegra Frank and Owen As Good, I don't know if you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Back to the trailer. It's...
Yeah.
The cast is fantastic.
Yeah.
The main guy, Josh, whatever, from Transformers, the Marine.
Yeah.
Once I saw him, I was like, whoa, because he's really good at playing a Marine.
Yeah,
from what I know of. I was like, well, he's great.
He's good at yelling and saying Optimus.
But what I've heard is when you're even running on the beach and you dodge or something, you stumble because you're a farm kid or something, right?
Yeah, you're just a 19-year-old kid from Texas.
Yeah, so like when you're, I guess dolphin diving's coming back or something like that, they say when you crouch, like he's like huddled and he's shaking.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see that.
I can't wait to see that shit too. Like that's a cool thing about this game. I'm really hyped about, and I really want to talk about this diversity in video games real fast. Again, making a video after you leave about it. I just want to say to the writer here, you know they had segregated platoons, right? I was going to say splatoons. The Inklings are separated by color. Just like here, you can't have a black cast. You can't have a black member. They're being historically accurate. And to me, calling this game like whitewashing and like, oh, it's still a white man's war when the creative director is black?
Yeah.
That's fucking ignorant. That's and also, up. For Polygon, I'm going to put them on blast here. You know, maybe do what you preach, because there's only 2 black people on your staff. So, I don't know. And it sucks, because like, I used to love Polygon. And I mean, that's where I get a lot of these articles, because I just love their format so much.
Too, yeah.
And I used to come to them all the time for news. And it's come to the point where I'm like, they have these clickbaity articles, these clickbaity headlines, and there's no fact in them anymore.
Yeah.
And like I look back with the Doom videos, that was really embarrassing. Like the guy literally picked up a controller for the first time in his life. I look at the Star Fox lack of review. I did a video on where they'll take, and here's something too funny about Polygon, but they'll take the money from Nintendo. Mm-hmm. They'll review Star Fox, but because it's so bad, it's just an opinion. They go, we couldn't finish the game, hence there'll be no review. Oh, so you're still going to take Nintendo's money, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, just seeing where you land. Seeing Call of Duty 2 being so critical of it, and critical of the goddamn stepping everywhere, seeing that, putting Call of Duty on blast, but then when you turn into the website, they're taking their money.
Yeah.
You see Call of Duty plastered everywhere. So I'm like, the hypocrisy here is beautiful, because you get to speak your mind, but take their money. And at the same exact time, you get to blow us off because we're just 2 white privileged men.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm Spanish. You know, so, but I guess I'm white enough. I passed the paper bag test. I don't know. In the summer, I can do your lawn. In the winter, I can blend in with the whites. They don't. They look at me. They're like, "You're Hawaiian." No.
Oh, white people.
I've gotten Hawaiian so many times. I'm like, really? Because I'm fat and I'm brown.
Come on.
Seriously? Not oh boy. Go find Lilo. Go watch Lilo and Stitch. But that's what I have to say. When it comes to diversity, I feel like it's more the freedom of the artist's decision to put whoever and whomever in their game.
It's just like when people get surprised that, like, now you're starting to play a lot as women in games. Never affected me.
No.
Like Horizon, Tomb Raider, Metroid.
Whatever.
Like, yeah. Even when it comes to being like an African American person in a video game, I'm like,
hate it.
Lincoln Clay from Mass Effect. Say what you will, or not Mass Effect,
No,
Mafia 3.
Mafia 3, yeah.
Say what you will about if that game was good or not. He was an awesome character.
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't affect me.
And
I don't get these people getting mad about this stuff.
And the thing that I want to I want to reach on that is when you give the artist freedom, they do what you want anyway.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing an influx of awesome female characters, and guess why they're awesome? Because like Naughty Dog is the best out of all of them when it comes to this and explaining it. When they're making a character, it's about the personality first. Mm-hmm. Everything second. So when they were making Nadine, they didn't know if she was going to be a woman or a man. And they're like, makes sense if she's a chick. Okay, she's South African. Is she going to be white or black? You know what? It makes sense if Nadine's black because most of the population there in South Africa is black. Okay, and so like you get it like down to like they're breaking it down step by step of how they reach that, and then they don't go, well, if you make it a black chick, it's gonna sell. Or it's going to be better for publicity. When you see Aloy, Horizon, they were just like, we started off with, this is the story we wanted to tell with the character. And Aloy, to me, is one of the best characters this generation because you can make her you.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about the
Horizon. Like you're like, what would I do in this situation as Aloy? And that's how I see it. Like Ellie, again, I see myself in Ellie.
Yeah.
Tracer, like she's a lesbian. Whoa! And people were so upset, but as long as that's the artist's idea and not some guy in a suit, then that's fine with me. And when I say artist too, it's not one individual that controls every character. There is a fucking room of writers.
Oh,
in there.
For sure.
So, you have to let the artist do what they want, and that's the most important thing. You give them the freedom to create. They create this beautiful thing. We as critics or as people in looking at games via telescope, we don't know what we want. Mm-hmm. We never know what we want. Even as a consumer, we have no idea what we want. And so, with that said, yeah, I think it's all about freedom of that artist. And when they do have it, you see it. Yeah, clear as day.
I love those curveballs, honestly. When you're playing games and you don't expect a character to be somewhat like Tracer. I remember when I heard about Tracer, I was like, "Whoa, that's cool."
Hot. What?
Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, isn't Tracer so bad?" I'm like, "Yeah," and everybody's like, "Oh, she's lesbian." I was like, "Cool." Like it's really cool.
I can have sex with her if I wanted to. I can't. She's not real, guys. She's not real. To me, when I made that video, it was like one of my most disliked videos, and my whole opinion was, "Who cares?" Who cares who she's fucking? It was never gonna be you in the first place.
It's a fictional character. I don't know how people get so attached.
I don't understand. I get it. She's very attractive. She has a booty pose. You guys got the butt pose. Didn't you guys get the butt pose you wanted? I don't know.
The across the shoulder. It's too. I don't know how I feel about it.
Both sides are ridiculous. Is how I see it. Like both extremes. Like the uber feminist, like Anita Sarkeesian can't stand her. Thunderfoot can't stand him because the way I see it is like, Anita, you're wrong and you're not a real feminist because you don't just call people misogynists if you've never met them or heard them. You're like calling me a moto misogynist, you're a bitch. Sorry, gonna say it. Thunderfoot calling everybody like a liberal lefty bullshit and need a baby safe space. hey, asshole, I'm agreeing with you, and I felt the burn, and I'll always feel the burn. I'm as left comes, and what I'm telling you is I'm agreeing with you. When you start calling people like fascist or communist, you totally lose me in that argument. Like, look at how many Obama bumper stickers we have, okay?
Quite a
2,
few.
4, 6, 8. It's all my mom, but like nonetheless, we got a dog picture. Like nonetheless, I agree. Like yes, there's a little bit too much, and at the same time, there's also not enough. So I'm in this situation where I'm fucked either way, and I wish I could lie, but I can't do it. I really can't. It's just like both sides. You need to take a break, take a breather, and just understand at least where you're coming, like the other side's coming from. That's why I do it. Like, just because I'm a liberal, it doesn't mean I'm going to call, like, if you're a conservative, I'm going to call you a fascist, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not. If you're a Trump supporter, at this point, we're about 100 days in, hasn't done jack shit. Sorry. Sorry that hurt your opinion. Sorry if reality hurt you. It's not about conservatives or liberals here. Don't give a shit. Like, don't, the name calling. So stupid.
It sucks. It's a pain in the ass.
He's like everybody, like this whole thing is like a spectrum, and everybody is at the end of the day like fucking everywhere. You know, I hate that. I hate. Anyway, video games. That's all I got, man. Oh yeah, Overwatch 30 million sold on PC. So awesome, fantastic. Uprising's fantastic.
Yeah.
Tracers Bay, we've now. Sir, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram. It's the Wencenator. It's pretty great.
Yeah. You say some witty things from time to time. I'm distracting you?
Yeah.
Is Chad the Piranha Plant distracting?
It's pretty great. I'm not even going to lie. Everybody needs Chad.
Yeah, no, everybody needs a little Chad. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our first video, maybe even our last, depending on the last 5 minutes went. I'm your host, Joseph. As always, please subscribe to the channel. We do also news, impressions, unboxings, whatever it is gaming related. We don't care where you game. Listen to Chad.
Yeah.
I don't care where you game.
Go ahead.
Whether it's PS4, PC, Switch, whatever, Xbox, whatever it is. Yeah. What he said. As long as you game, that's the most important thing here at Poli Games. Again, you can find me on YouTube, Poli Games, Twitter, Poli Games FTW. Oh, sorry, Poli Games FTW, and all that great stuff. So please, I hope you tune in for more. This is just the beginning. This is how I turn it off. Watch. Okay. The video here. Okay. Watch this. And am I gonna cut this audio out? Absolutely.